Our candidate for this makeover is this Draculaura, who was the loving victim of a child's previous attempts at customization. And so I thought it'd be very fun to give her a massive transformation. And I got started by struggling to remove her head. And then I moved on to the very labor-intensive task of removing all of the green paint from her body. So I decided to try something a bit different for this because I recently was gifted a rotary tool by my mother-in-law and I really wanted to try it out. So I decided to slap the sanding bit on there and just go to town removing all of this paint. It took a very long time. But if I'm being honest, I had a huge blast doing this, so I don't really mind how long it took, though it was incredibly messy. Once I had finished sanding, I went ahead and went over her whole body with some acetone on a paper towel just to smooth everything out. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I thought it helped things look better. Be careful doing this because it creates fumes. Prepping her head was exceptionally annoying for this project. I think prepping heads might be one of my least favorite parts of doll customizing, just because I hate getting hair everywhere. I hate scraping out the inside of their little plastic skulls and just getting covered in gunk. It just was really unpleasant. Though I did discover that using a lint roller is very effective for getting hair off of silicone mats, otherwise it would just be stuck there forever. Next, I needed to remove all of the paint from her face, which was another thing that took a lot of elbow grease and so many cotton balls. I ate through a lot of cotton balls and acetone to get her face completely cleaned. And I also discovered that her face was a bit stained, but I think by the end you can't really tell. I found that that is a very common problem with Sorry. I improvise all of these voiceovers and just sort of commentate as I watch the video in real time. And I don't know why watching her head just laying there for a while really cracked me up this time around. Anyway. Off screen, I experimented with crocheting a little outfit for her. I just kind of did a few, I don't know how to explain it. I was just improvising, so unfortunately I don't have any useful information to give you about it. But I thought the knit woven nature of this outfit would be really cute to weave some flowers into it and create a little springy nature moment, you know? I had a bunch of these little flowers left over from an old project and just, experimented with weaving the little stem ends through her clothes, and I found they stayed pretty well. Now I could get started on her face up. So for this look, I really want to go with a lot more small and refined features than I usually do on my dolls. I finally replaced my fine-tipped paintbrush, and so I was finally able to get real proper details and a lot more delicate details than I usually do, because usually my brushes are really janky and so they don't really do their job as well. It was just so nice to be able to work with a brush that I could actually properly control instead of one who had sparse hairs everywhere messing up my lines. And for her eyes, I decided to go in with this dark olivey green color to match her dress. And I realized I don't think I really make a lot of dolls with green eyes, but I think it looks really pretty on her pinkish skin tone, I think the colors go well together. So once I finished her little eyeballs, which I kept pretty simple, I struggled for a very long time with her eyebrows. I'm really happy with how they ended up, but because I really want to go with this like really subtle pink color, like I was going for like a monochrome pink vibe for her face. And so getting a color that wasn't like too bubblegummy, but also isn't like too pale, and like getting the gradient, and like I think because I had a proper brush, I was like going ham, trying to be like, oh, I wanted all the little hairs in there. And so I fussed with those bad boys for a good long while. With this current eyebrow color and shape, she's kind of giving like the Princess Bubblegum doll that I made a few years ago. I got commissioned to make a set of, Princess Bubblegum and Marceline, and they ended up being my most liked picture on Instagram. And I think that really like contributed to the queer girl audience that I've sort of gained from my work. So kind of shout out to all of you that have ever who have ever recommended to me that I make a iconic lesbian pairing. I see you, I love you, I hope you're doing well. So now that I'm moving on to blushing her face, I'm gonna do that classic Randy move of going on a little tangent during the blushing, because I don't have much to say about it besides I'm going really heavy on the blush here to help mask the staining around her mouth, to sort of make it all blend together a little bit better. But anyway, as I mentioned a little bit in my last video, things have been going on in my life that are hopefully getting more normal now. So I'm hoping to be less frazzled than I have been for the past 2 or 3 months now. And so hopefully that means I'll be able to get out videos more regularly, especially because fall is coming up and Halloween is a big time of year for me, very obviously, because a lot of the things that I make are spooky anyway. So gotta capitalize on the time of year where everyone cares about spooky things. That being said, I'm also juggling a lot of new projects outside of YouTube. So honestly, who knows? I'm currently in the process of writing a book, and also I've gotten into making music, and so those are also things that take up my time. And I'm just a girly who wants to do it all, I want to have it all. Does that impression even make sense to anyone? I feel like that was like a very archaic idea, like the woman who wants it all, She wants a career and a love life and a social life. How can she balance all these things? I feel like it's a very like rom-com concept. The woman that wants it all. I don't know. Speaking of rom-coms, I've gotten really into romance books lately, mostly at the behest of one of my friends. And to be fair, romance is maybe a very generous term for what some of these books are, because, they have explicit content in them. And they're very fun and funny to me to read. I really enjoy it. So if you guys have any fun and flirty book recommendations, leave those in the comments below. Like, I'm being fully for real. Recommend them to me. I'm just in that phase, so I want to know what y'all are reading, please. I got so caught up in my other BS, I forgot to do my calls to action. So if you watch this far and you like this video, consider liking it. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to see more videos from me, consider subscribing. I got more things coming for you, babe. And if you have thoughts, feelings, opinions, leave those in the comments below. And if you want to buy anything from me, link to the store is in my description. Once she's all blushed, I seal everything in with several very watered down layers of liquid sealant. In this case, I'm using matte Mod Podge. For her hair, I decided to use this very cute yarn that I found at Walmart, even though it's not really the ideal texture for it, but I made it work. I gave her this cute little bob off screen because I honestly really hate trying to style hair on camera. And once it was done, I just really felt like her outfit did not match at all anymore. So all that work you saw me do earlier, it doesn't matter. I'm just cutting it off because I put this outfit on while her head wasn't attached because that was the only way I could get it on. And because I didn't care. I just cut it off because it wasn't that much work to make, so it didn't really hurt my feelings that much to ruin it. At this point in recording, I had already spent way too long since my last upload, so I was in a big ol' rush. So I just stole an outfit from my stock box that happened to match her like hair and makeup perfectly. I think it came from an Ever After High doll. I don't know, but it's hers now. And luckily, I also had this pair of Ever After High winter boots that went pretty well with it. So I'm just painting those a better pink to match. And honestly, just called it a fucking day, dude. I was going through it. Sometimes I reach this point since my last upload where every single day that ticks by, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't put out a video yet. And with every day that ticks by, I just get less and less patient. So sometimes that means you just be stealing outfits from girlies, you know, that's just how it goes. Good news is, for my next doll video, I'm going to be sculpting, so I don't need to worry about clothes. I can just sculpt some clothes on them girlies, and for some reason, I like sculpting clothes way more than sewing clothes. And once I finish painting up these boots, she's complete. And here are the final results. I think she came out really cute. I like the monochrome pink thing she has going on. I've never made anything this pink in my life, even though I am a personal enjoyer of pink. And if you also like this pink cutie, she'll be available in my store upon my uploading of this video. So check her out there. Alrighty, that's it for this video. Hope to see y'all next time. Love you, bye!